this video is documenting our first long distance trip with the Tesla, but a bunch of things happened on that trip, so you don't want to miss that, including a flat tire and unfortunately an accident. So stay tuned. Hi everyone, I am taking my 2022 Tesla Model Y Performance on a ski trip. It's about 240 miles away from the house. It's the first time I'm ever taking an electric car on a long trip like that, which will involve charging in between, but also since we're staying there for a couple of days, it will involve me leaving the car overnight and then finding out in the morning how much charge it loses in these cold temperatures. In the front, I've got all of my snowboarding clothes, and there's a lot of it. I'm very much into snowboarding. In the back, I'm going to be putting this huge luggage in here, but in order for me to have better aerodynamics, I folded the seats and I put my snowboard and my wife's skis in between. Underneath here, I've got in a bin, I've got all of our shoes. We're also going to go ice skating, so I also have ice skates. On this side, I've got a box of foot and hand warmers. And on this side, I never leave the house without a fix-a-flat kit. I got a pump in there. So check this out. This is something for you to consider when you are buying a vehicle like that. That's a coupe and not a true SUV. You see, this thing sticks out. So this is your standard large luggage. Obviously, I can lay it flat, but if you're packing and you want to stack a couple of these like that, unfortunately, you will not be able to. In my case, I'll be able to just tilt it sideways like this. This will actually keep the snowboard and skis sort of more in place. And now that we have this, we should be able to close it. Let's see. Oh, and check this out. I put these on last night. This is a temporary solution before I do a full PPF on the door. But these are these film cutouts, so you don't scratch the area outside of this door handle. I find that it's very easy, especially when the door is dirty and salty, to scratch this area when you're sort of opening it and grabbing it. So this area gets scratched. This film gives you a lot of protection. It looks sort of still bubbly because not all the air bubbles and water bottles dried out since I did it last night. But I fully expect it to dry. It's the same film that I put on this side to protect this section of the car. Okay, so as soon as I left and I put in the address, it actually gave me directions directly to the place, which is 199 miles away. I have 291 miles on a charge, so let's see how close I can get to it. But it says stay below 75 to reach the destination. Now, what happens when I get there? How do I recharge the battery? Hopefully I'll have 91 miles left, but maybe not. Okay, so this is yet another update. It recalculated itself and it's stopping me 76 miles away from my house, or about 80 miles we just left, which to me is too quick, but it's gonna supercharge me there. There are 6 stalls left at the supercharger, and then it's gonna get me to the destination. The thing is, I don't want to supercharge here, only 76 miles in. I want to supercharge a little farther up. Okay, so we're supposed to take this supercharger exit, but we won't. So it's taking me to Albany. In Albany, oh wow, we're gonna be at 20%, and we're gonna supercharge for 15 minutes to get us a little farther. And per my wife's suggestion, the next leg of the trip until we get to Albany supercharger, I'm gonna drive the designated speed limit, or 10 miles above the speed limit, which is the max Tesla tells me to go if I want to be as efficient as possible. Tesla, if you're watching this, I want to adjust my child's reader climate. Is this on now? Or is this on now? There's nothing that's indicating on the screen. Is this on? I don't know. Or is this on? Same thing when you go to here. When I hit auto, are the auto seat heaters on now? Or are they on now? I don't know. This is so confusing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we are at a supercharger station. There's a bunch of stations here because we are close to a highway. I guess they accounted for it. So we plugged the car in and we are supercharging it. So let's see, we're going to be supercharging it to all the way. So the current session, almost $2 charging right there. Come on. No, I want to go all the way. Bam. Charging to this level will take longer. Okay, so it's going to take me a little longer. I want to maximize my stay while I eat lunch. And in case anyone is wondering, so those are the superchargers. food places are right there, and that's not your typical gas station food. This is actually your real food. So the beauty of having the Tesla app, you can always see how your charging is doing. So we've got 122 miles in the tank so far, 15 minutes to continue the trip, but obviously we're gonna do a full charge, hopefully. I had a very delicious meal. I got a notification also from my app that my car is almost ready. Here we are, it's still charging. Does it say anything on the dash? Let's open the door. There you go. We are at 298 miles, and this cost me $21. And we are good to resume our trip. All right, we got a crazy driver over here now. Since this is not a manual transmission car, my wife can drive. And as I was sitting here, crazy driver, doing some calculations, I figured that filling this car up compared to the Volvo that we used to have cost us exactly half, well, on average, half. So another thing, the spray jet thingies are amazing because they're located in the wiper blades, but they leave these streaks, and it's very hard to get rid of them. Wifey, can I have a spray, please? So it wipes, but when you go at highway speeds, it leaves these streaks. Half a mile away. Woohoo! 203 miles to spare. We love to be here. Oh look, so my wife actually beat the projection. Apparently, based on my driving, we're supposed to be here. So my wife's energy level was better. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to show you why it's important to carry the tools that I carry with me, because as I suspected, check this out. This is a brand new tire. We go down here. You see this? Yep, that's a nail. And you can actually hear it. Check this out. I don't know how crazy I am, but that's what I was hearing as I walked by the car. Very, very faint sound, but I picked up on it. Check this out. Look how long this nail is. Oh my gosh. Bam, this is what it looks like. I don't hear any hissing or anything. I guess we'll find out. The next step is to pump it back up. Okay, so this is day one of our 4-day stay here, 3-night stay, and I'm leaving the car with 179 miles of range. Let's see how much charge we lost since last night. So if you remember, I left the car with 179 miles of range. Now we have 166, which means overnight we lost 13 miles. We're gonna go hit the slopes. I'm gonna preheat the car using the app because the app makes it super easy, and we're gonna report back at the end of the day to see how much charge we've lost. The drive from here to the mountain is about 5 minutes, so it's nothing significant. Okay, beside from the fact that I found a killer parking spot, I'm leaving the car with 156 miles. We'll be gone for the whole day. It's 8:30. No, sorry, it's 9 o'clock right now. We'll be back probably by like 4 o'clock or so. So let's see how much charge we lose throughout the day. And as you can see, it's snowing outside. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 3 and change, 3:10 or so. Let's see how much charge we have. 151. So what is it? I think it was 156 or so. So we didn't lose that much. Okay, so we just got back from the mountain, and granted, we're not staying too far from the mountain, but at the end of day one of skiing, I've got 147 miles left on the battery, and I'm not freaking out. And the reason why I'm not freaking out is because check this out. Show Tesla superchargers. So this is giving me all the Tesla superchargers in the area. Anyways, I'll keep you updated throughout this trip so you can know what to expect when you take your trip. So I was going to go outside to the car to show you the current mileage, but you know, this is 21st century. We have the app, and check this out. We just came back from dinner. We've got 142 miles left. It is 6:41 at night. Let's see what charge we have tomorrow. But seriously, no range anxiety so far. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Second night is behind us, and check this out. 130 miles. So we lost not as much as last night. How much did we have last night? 142 miles. That's the difference. You can do the math. And I'm not worried because today we are going to the mountain. It's going to be a minute drive. Then come back, maybe go out to dinner. After dinner, I plan on supercharging because tomorrow, right after skiing, we're gonna head back home. Okay, we just got to the mountain and we are at 123 miles, but it's 36 degrees out, so I'm hoping the battery will not deteriorate as much throughout the day. It looks like we're gonna have a very foggy start of the day today, but that's okay. We can still do some cruising. Hopefully my wife can film me do some tricks later. Whee! As I'm sitting here on the side of the mountain, not having just peed, I still don't have range anxiety because check this out. I checked the app and we are at 120 miles. So I just got back to the car and this is me worrying about my range. Look, my wife is playing some sort of a game. What is this? Despite the fact that my wife played some video games, she charged her phone, we only lost 6 miles. We left with 123, now we're at 117. The plan is to go home, go out to dinner, and then go supercharge at the end of the day. So I think we should be okay. I'm shutting my camera here because something happened. I was parked in a parking lot and check this out. I got sideswiped. I'm gonna take a better picture in daylight, but it looks like the body panel is affected. There's a dent there and the bumper is scratched. So we exchanged insurance information. That's all we can do, and I'll keep you posted tomorrow. Here you go, this is it. I'm gonna download the clip, obviously, but yep, this is the evidence that this truck hit me. I'm here with my friend Yuri, who by the way has a Russian-speaking YouTube channel. I'm gonna link it below. But we are at 103 miles, or to those of you who are curious, 34%, and we pulled up to a Tesla charger. And check this out. So this Tesla charger is a universal charger. The only thing is, it was appearing offline in the evening. During the day, it was showing up. So I wonder if maybe they turn it off. Let's see. Okay, plugging it in. 6 hours and 55 minutes to charge the battery to full, only because this is a 48 amp charger, the same one I have in my garage, which to me is a waste of time. Obviously we're not gonna charge it up here because we're not gonna be hanging out here for a couple of hours, but the plan is to either come back here tomorrow in the morning, park the car here, take a long walk to the lift, or risk it and drive the car tomorrow after skiing to a proper supercharger that's on the way. And maybe that's a better idea, but we're not going to be staying here because this is just going to take way too long. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So it's the last day, and first thing obviously we're going to do is check out the carnage. So this is it. I need to call the insurance company today, but yeah, what can you do? You know what, let's put some stuff in the front and then let's check out the mileage. I lost about 10 miles. My hope is to go up to the mountain and park kind of far away, but park at the 48 amp charger, basically the same charger that I have at the house, and charge up for, you know, if we ride for 5 or 6 hours, it should give me a close to a full of a charge. And if not, the 91 miles will get me close to Albany, which will then allow me to supercharge and get me home. So yeah, let's see what happens. I see a lot of Teslas there and some electric cars. The same cars that were there last night are still here today. Not nice, Tesla drivers, not nice. You're supposed to share the charge. Okay, this is the charger. Let me reach for it. All right, come on, Sesame, open up. Sesame, open up. Let's see if we can get a charge. Yeah, ready to charge. Let's see, how quickly will it charge? Thanks to Elon's latest update, it's not easy to tell how quickly we'll charge. So charge limit, I put it at max 302 miles. It looks like I'm getting about, for now, 5 miles an hour, 6 miles an hour, which seems very, very low. At 10 miles to 12. Okay, so it's going up. It's going up. I was talking to somebody the other day that the more Teslas you have plugged in, the slower the charging rate is. Okay, so it's going up. There you go, 48 amps. So I'm getting about 30 miles an hour, 29 miles an hour. And this is what the battery looks like. I maxed it out, so hopefully I can get a full charge. Let's take a 50-minute walk up to the base lodge. I take it back. There's actually a lift right over here which takes me to the main lodge. This is yet another day of riding through the clouds. Okay, about an hour into this charge, we've got a whopping 108 miles or so. And at the end of the day, I was able to play my cards so right that, check this out. This is the lift. And my Tesla is parked right there. It appears that not only Teslas are charging, you see there's a Volvo charging. We are charged up to 237 miles. So in about 4.5 hours or so, that's how much charge we got. I just put the address in, and it's gonna take us 2 hours 49 minutes to get to the supercharger to juice up for 15 minutes, and then that'll take us home. So my wife and I are facing a dilemma. We have 158 miles to go, or 52%. But before we get home, we have to stop in Newport at a supercharger. When we get there, we're going to be at 18%, and we're going to supercharge for 15 minutes. But Newport is fairly close to our house, and actually from here to our house, I have it on this GPS, it's 130 miles. So I'm showing 157 miles of range. Technically, the car could get there without a supercharger, but could it? So do we risk going there without a supercharger, or do we stop by a supercharger for 15 minutes and do it that way? So we actually decided to stop at an earlier supercharger so we can supercharge and get some water and use the potty at the same time. So we've got 85 miles to go, and now this is showing 92, so we are definitely not making it. This means that the range is affected by maybe my wife's left foot, or maybe the bigger tires that I put on. We're not sure. Woo! We got one spot left. You can back up next to the white one. You're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. Okay, I hope the charger is not damaged, because, check this out, it's lying on the ground. Okay, let's see. Come on. Come on. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm gonna take a pee break, and in about 10-15 minutes we should be ready to go. This is what happens. Here you go and try to charge the battery, and this is what happens. She's planting trees somewhere in the garden. Come on. All right, we've got 195 miles in the tank, which means this will get us very much to our house, worry-free. And this only took 15 minutes. Oh, and by the way, this charging session cost us $10.36. And we're back after a couple of hours of driving. Check this out. I've got 66 miles left, which means I could have perhaps made it on the original charge without stopping, but I just didn't want to risk it with my wife and kids in the car. But overall, I had an amazing experience. Driving this car is fantastic. Accelerating, it's just amazing. I didn't necessarily use cruise control as much as I thought I would. I just love driving it. It's just a pure joy. I love seeing all the Tesla drivers sort of look at each other and wave, but not really wave. One negative thing about driving this car at night, there's no night light. So I ended up going on Amazon and I purchased this this retrofit kit. I'm going to do a video on it so you can see it in one of the follow-up videos. But this car just needs some flair at night because it's just really dark in here at night. And aside from that, it's good. Oh, another thing, navigation kind of sucks. I missed turns a couple of times. It's just not as clear as Google Maps. I wish I could use Apple CarPlay on this, but that's why always underneath I had my Google Maps or Waze in my phone charging on the wireless charger. But that's really it. This is how filthy the car is, and it's really just the rubber mats that need to be washed. Other than that, it's pretty clear underneath. I'm gonna have to vacuum it. On the side, it's dirty. This is the trunk. I didn't put anything in that bottom storage. That's why it looks to be fuller than before. This is the accident piece that I was telling you about, and the guy who did it, I've been in contact with him. He seems to be playing ball, so hopefully that continues. But yeah, This is the scratch, so yeah, we're gonna have to fix it. I could live with it, but why should I, right? I want a nice and pretty car. And I hope you enjoyed this geeky video. If you did, consider giving me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye bye.